All right, Dave, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
Going with the laptop camera.
Hi, Terry from North Carolina. Did you get snow? This guy right here.
Oh yeah, is that my side or your
No,
side?
it's my side.
Oh.
There, that's better.
Yeah. So usually we use Carrie's phone, but for some reason we're using the laptop, right?
Yeah. Can you hear us okay? Because this is the first time we've used the laptop. The phone was not working. Sound good? Thumbs up if the sound is good.
All right, so where is it? All right, we got comments.
Sound good? Sounds good.
Hello, hi everyone.
The rolling with the roller sounds good.
Rolling with the rover. We got Terry Short. I just need to get my glasses. I can almost read that.
Terry says, yes, she got snow in North Carolina.
Wow.
Southwest Ohio. So I was going to say that we've been staying outside of Phoenix and it's been very cold.
But not cold comparatively.
So since the cold front just moved across the country and Florida got snow, I don't think it's very cold.
Yeah, I was seeing reports that some places in Florida has more snow than Anchorage, Alaska. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Which is crazy. Trying to see if I can get the comments on my phone. Yeah. Like a tumbleweed in Southern California, boondocking on BLM land.
Okay. That could be.
Is this on an hour? Oh.
Did you put the time down wrong?
It's because we're in Arizona.
You didn't do the time zone
I didn't do the time right.
I was wondering if you checked it. Because you got to check the time zone. Every time.
Oh, no. It's an hour early. I'm sorry, guys.
That means we have to be on for a whole, at least an hour.
Hour.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, no. Arizona time zone got me the other day, too.
Does it have more than one time zone, or is it just you didn't look?
I just didn't look. Greetings from Colorado. So maybe the phone was working. Nobody was just looking for us because...
Yeah, could be.
Too funny. Okay, so welcome to the live an hour early.
Oh, from Grand Junction, Amy, hello. Mythical Nomad.
Hi from Calgary. Thank you, Amy. So we got lots and lots of news to share with everybody today.
We're just kind of waiting a moment or two for people to get on. We might just have to
go
spill the beans because we're an hour early.
Rolling with the roller, stuck in Virginia. How is your leg doing, Mike? Mike had surgery because he fell.
Yeah, sound like a bad one.
I'm sorry, guys, that I can't tell time. All right, so we'll just read comments up there.
Julie Davis. How's Rundle? That's going to be the big topic.
We're going to show you poor Rundle.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do the phone so we could show you Rundle a little easier, but
that's going to be a challenge.
An hour early is better. Please stay on longer. Yes, we will have to.
As long as the battery holds out in the laptop.
We'll just plug it in.
All right.
Hi, Dan from Chile, Florida. Did you get snow? Or are you I think you're on the east side, so maybe you didn't. Sue Ann, greetings from the beautiful coastal Mendocino coast.
I like the Mendocino coast. Oh, right where that is.
So the first big news that we want to share with everybody is we want to thank you because we surpassed 40,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it's been slow going, but that's a cool number to hit.
So when we started YouTube, did you ever think we would have 40,000 subscribers?
No, not a chance. I was hopeful that our YouTube channel would work, but...
Hopeful but doubtful?
Yes.
So if you guys, I don't know if you can hear airplanes. We're in the flight path. And there's lots of them flying over.
Yeah, so we're just east of Phoenix right now. We've had to kind of stay in the Phoenix area for Rundle surgery. We just got him yesterday. Well, yeah. He just had the surgery yesterday.
So let's see if we can show you poor Rundle. He is not a very happy camper right now.
And you might have to tell some people what's going on with Rundle.
Well, let's show him Rundle first. You gotta put your feet down. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, boy.
Oh, you don't like this thing, do you?
Doesn't like being a conehead.
No. He wants a treat, Dave. Up there in the cupboard is some jerky. Do you want that jerky treat? Oh. Yeah. Okay, we'll get you a treat. Here you go. Down here. There you go. Oh, good boy. Good boy. I'm sorry you got to wear that thing. All right, so that's Rundle Doodle's morning. He's not too thrilled with the cone.
Yeah, so he had this growth on his eyelid, and I guess it was his right eye, and it was getting in the way of his eye. It was rubbing on his eye and causing different problems.
So it started in November, and we were watching it and hoping that it would go away, but it just seems to get bigger. So we took him to our vet in California that he has been seeing since he was a puppy. Ring here. And she said, yeah, that needs to be removed, and referred us to an eye ophthalmologist. Now, the reason why I think this is so humorous is because before we did van life, I worked in an ophthalmologist's office. So I kind of feel like we've come full circle, but I never thought we would do that with Rundle.
Yeah, so we knew we were going to be in Arizona around the Phoenix area, so we scheduled an appointment there, and that's where he went yesterday and finally got his eye. He got that thing on his eye removed.
Yeah, they call it an eyelid mass. And funny story, the surgeon is a van lifer and has a Sprinter van. So on the first consultation, he told us where to go to Boondock.
Yeah. He gave us a pretty good spot.
So thank you for those recommendations.
Yeah.
And then he also gave us more boondocking recommendations after we picked Rundle up. Yeah. But he went in yesterday. He actually he called it diseased tissue out. He was under anesthesia, and we dropped him off at 11, and he called us at 2:30 and says, come get your boy. He's ready to go, and he's anxious. So he was barking when I walked in.
Yeah, he was not happy because he's with us 24/7. So he was with strangers and wasn't feeling good. He didn't like it.
Yeah. And so last night was does everybody still see us okay? Last night was a pretty rough night. Rundle sleeps on the couch, and he tried to get down, and the cone hit the counter, and then he was stuck.
He kept getting stuck, and we had to lift him up on the bed and then lift him down and then lift him out of the van and take him for several walks in the middle of the night. Yeah, he had a rough go.
Then he insisted that he get in the bed with us last night. So we had Dave and I and Rundle with the cone in the bed for a while. Yep. And then 2:00, he insisted that he go for a walk. So we went for a walk. And I think he was thirsty. So we got him some water.
Rose and Michael. They're in Scotland.
Hi, everybody. So if you're just joining, Carrie can't tell time, and I'm an hour early with the live.
Yep. Yeah, we're talking about Rundle because he just had a surgery yesterday. So he's slowly recovering.
Yeah. He does not like the cone. I took it off this morning and sat with him so he could sleep for a while without it. But the doctor recommended that we do not use the donut because of eye injuries, that they could still rub the eye with the donut. And we don't want him to break those sutures because we don't want to do it all over again.
Yeah, he had to go in pretty deep to get the mass out of the eyelid, or actually, I don't guess behind his eye or wherever it was.
The top eyelid.
So it was a doozy.
Yeah. And working in the ophthalmology field, I knew what problems could arise if we didn't get it taken care of. So we caught it early. Yeah. The surgeon gave us a great discount, but it still was a hit to the bank account.
Yeah, huge hit.
So 2024 ended out with a bang with a new transmission, and we're starting 2025 with Rundle Doodle, but he's worth every penny.
Yeah, he needs to nap right now.
Poor guy.
I just want to make a special announcement that today's Carrie's birthday.
Hi, Glenn. Yes, today.
And how old are you, Carrie?
I am the big 50. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how it happens.
I do not feel 50. Thank you. I'm embracing 50, but I won't be counting after this. It'll be 50 forever.
I thought it was 29.
Well, once you get 50, you can't do 29 anymore. Thank you. Glenn says hi from 6 Mile Cove. Oh, man. That sounds awesome. Remember 6 Mile Cove?
6 Mile Cove, yeah. That sounds like a good place to be right now.
Try 60. Sue says try 65.
Yeah.
I hope I can make it. My mom is 75. I hope I can make it to 75. But yeah, I don't feel 50. I can't believe I'm 50. I can't believe we've been married for going on 32 years.
Yeah.
Where has the time gone? Thank you, everybody.
You've got a lot of happy birthdays, Carrie.
Yay! Thanks for celebrating my birthday with me. I've been teasing Dave and telling him all the things that I could have done with the amount of money that we spent on Rundle. All the epic things
just don't think about that.
All the epic things that I could have done.
But we got some cool plans coming up.
But then I thought I'm pretty much living a pretty epic life.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Dan said this taking old didn't get near as long as I thought it would. Yeah, it came pretty quick, huh? I agree with you. My knees are telling me that I'm 50. Yeah. But my brain is saying you're still 30. All right, so what are our plans? So I guess we're going to do 2 live streams.
We'll do one now, and then we'll kind of restart it.
We'll restart it over again.
At the proper time. But we wanted to talk about what our plans are for this year, because I don't think we've really talked about it much.
Yeah. So, last year was an epic year. We got to go to Alaska. We had the best time. And
yeah, it was the fun play year.
When we started van life, our whole goal was to make it to Alaska. And that first year there's no way we could have done it with our finances because we were living off of just savings alone. And so our whole goal was to make it to Alaska. And so last year when we accomplished that, I feel like we have reached everything that we had strived to do with van life.
Initially, yeah.
So everything from here on out is pretty much just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I agree.
I mean, we've been to Newfoundland, we've been to Iceland.
Oh, there's still a lot more places we want to go and explore.
There is.
It felt like some kind of, I don't know, accomplishment or
yeah.
I don't know what to call it.
We have done so many epic things. We've met so many people across the country. We've been to every state except for Hawaii. I mean, it just has been a fantastic journey. But this year, we're going to slow things down just a little bit because the 2 things that we can control the most for our finances is how much we drive and the cost of food.
Yeah.
So if we can stay, 7 to 10 days in a spot, maybe 2 weeks, that means that we only fill the tank maybe twice instead of 4 times.
It's a big difference.
So we're going to slow things down. We're going to do things that are on our bucket list that make us happy. Not that we haven't been doing that, but there's a few things that we want to do. Like Dave wants to go turquoise hunting in Nevada. There's a mine where you can go turquoise hunting. And Robert, Dave's brother, wants us to go opal mining.
Yep.
There's an opal mine in Nevada.
And Nevada's got a bunch of like hidden areas I don't think a lot of people get to see. So we really want to show that off. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have there, but the more time, the better. So if we can hop from rock hounding area to rock hounding area and then show off some mountains and some unusual sights for the state would be awesome.
Nevada is just highly underrated. Like,
yeah, it is.
You don't hear a lot of things about
like the most underrated.
Yeah, and so we're going to show a lot of Nevada, and then we have an obligation, a family obligation. I wouldn't even say it's an obligation. We're happy to do it. Dave's brother, his daughter and her family live in South Korea. They're a military family. They're an army family. And they are going to go to South Korea to see her. And we have volunteered to watch the house and watch the animals. And we're going to do that for a month. So about a month. Yeah. So we'll be in Northern California in the middle of summer. And we'll be house sitting June and July.
Yeah.
That's our only thing that we know for sure that we're doing.
Yeah. So, and then from there, we'll probably head a little bit east. Not quite sure where. So we'll wait. We don't want to plan too much of it out, but we're going to take small steps and just kind of work our way around the western part of the United States.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi from Las Vegas. Hi from Sedona. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Give Rundle a hug from Bailey. Poor Rundle, he cannot play the BALL for a week.
Oh, he knew what you said.
When we're both with him and we can watch him, we can take the cone off. Hi from Austria. That's awesome. Austria, like out of the United States?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. You have like Rome.
Yeah.
There's a city called Rome.
That's true, but it's not. It's actual
it could
Austria.
Be could be Austria, Georgia.
No. At least you didn't say Australia.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, what was I talking about?
We really haven't planned after June and July, other than we're going to be heading west. We hope to do a harvest job.
We need to do a harvest job.
We really need to, but we probably won't sign up till maybe August for that. So.
We haven't decided if we're going back to Minnesota. We really, really like the potato job that we did in Minnesota, but we are not sure if we're going to travel that far east.
Yeah, because we could probably get a job working beets in Idaho. So that would save a lot of travel time and money.
And I think there are other potato jobs in Idaho and Washington.
Yeah, I think there are too.
So.
Lots of opportunities. And those jobs are only for a month, and we figure we can do just about anything for a month.
Hi, Bev. We're an hour early. Sorry, I can't tell time. Oregon meetup. Maybe. We're not sure where we're going to go after the summer. It's probably going to be Oregon, Idaho, Montana, maybe Wyoming. Colorado on the list?
Colorado might be next year, but I want to spend some serious time in Colorado. That's why I'm saying next year.
Okay.
Because if we do it this year, it would be really short. And I don't want to have to drive all the way there and then back.
So we can donate a huge chunk of time to Colorado if we do it next year.
Because now that we have Starlink, there's a few places in Colorado we can really go back in the backcountry and not worrying about finding a library or finding a connection.
So the eastern states are not on the calendar this year. maybe next year or the year after. We're going to stay close to the west this year because we do have the house sitting that we're doing in June and July. So that really breaks up our travel time.
Yeah.
So once we get that done, then we're going to concentrate on some more of the West Coast states.
Yeah, and I would love to do, Tanya was talking about a meetup in Oregon. I would love to do that because especially Central or Eastern Oregon. But I just, a lot of times, well, I mean, the big meetups are there in Bend in September, which is harvest month. So that's what kind of keeps us out of doing a meetup in Oregon.
Hello from Ensenada, Baja. I'm trying to talk Dave into Baja, but there's a little bit of resistance.
I don't want to go to Baja. I don't want that much sand. I don't want to deal with the whole stress thing of just, I don't know.
Dave says if we go to Baja, I have to drive.
Yeah, at least across the border.
Dave gets nervous when we do border crossings. And so, funny story, every time we've gone into Canada, they always ask us, where are you from? And every time Dave chokes.
It trips me up because we've been on the road for 7 years.
I'm from right here.
We got a mailing address in South Dakota that we've been to twice. So I always hesitate trying to figure out what I'm going to say. It probably looks very suspicious. I'm surprised we haven't been searched every time.
Just the one time. Yeah, so Dave also wants to do some fishing this year. You know, Dave loves to fish. There's very few people that can outfish Dave.
No, there's a lot of people that
can outfish. I don't know, Dave. I've seen him fish for many, many years. He's good at it, and he catches fish, and it's hard to keep up with you.
I do best on small streams with lures or flies.
So we're going to probably do a little bit of fishing for Dave, and we'll pick a good state for that. And overall, we're just going to mosey around with no real plans.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from here, we might hit Utah.
Yeah, we do have plans for February 14, 15, and 16. So Valentine's Day weekend. In Kanab, Utah, they have a hot air balloon festival, craft fair, music, and lantern festival. I love hot air balloons. I have not been able to go to Albuquerque because we're always working that month, which we might be working again. So we are planning on being in Kanab, Utah for the hot air balloon festival Valentine Day weekend.
I'm getting all kinds of invitations for fishing.
Come to Michigan. Michigan scares me because the bugs ran us out of Michigan last time. Yeah. We just went at the wrong time. Fill up the freezer again with fish. Yes. So I'm really looking forward to house sitting because Robert Renee, well, they have a beautiful house. They have a pool, but they have a shower and a tub, and they have really hot water.
So, we can find hot springs in Nevada, though. We don't need none of that stuff.
Yeah. Go ice fishing, no bugs. That's true.
Oh, I love ice fishing. I haven't done that for years.
When you were a kid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the ice in the West, at least, is not thick like it is in the Midwest. So we would take an old chainsaw out and cut a square in the ice with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to use an auger and, drill a 2-3 foot hole in the ice.
Yeah.
But ice fishing is fun.
I said earlier that when we went to Alaska, I feel like we've fulfilled our van life goal. But there is so much more to see. Like Sue says, come to Vancouver Island. We wanted to do Vancouver Island, but we were just too rushed for time. Yeah. And winter was vastly on our heels. So
I want to spend a lot more time in BC.
BC was beautiful.
I'd like to do Manitoba too, just to go straight up and maybe go to the Hudson Bay or something. But we might have to. Yeah. I think you have to fly it for that.
We'd love to go to the Yukon. We'd love to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
So there's lots of plans still.
That's what I got. Tenkara. That's what I've been doing. It's been great. It's like it made fishing even more fun all over again.
Like you just...
I caught my first Arctic grayling just last year up in Alaska with a tenkara. I caught a bunch of them, actually.
Steven says Mexico is safe. He's been there for 24 years. No problem crossing the border.
Yeah, I still would like to go with maybe a group. I don't like camping in the sand for months on end. It's just not my thing.
You say that, but we've been camping on the desert, and there's been so much dirt and dust all over everything.
The dust
so it's a trade.
Bother me as much as sand is.
Paddling BC is epic. I believe it. I would love to go do that. I just got a smart TV. You're the first YouTube channel.
We're honored. Cool.
Let me move back a little bit.
It's probably one of those big giant TVs.
What makes it smart? Dan said the guy that invented ice fishing had the world's worst wife.
Yeah, but have you seen some of those people that ice fish now? They got the big huts with the fire going. And
we were watching some ice fishing on YouTube, and the house that they were pulling out, the ice hut that they were pulling out onto the lake, was like 3 times the size of our van.
Hello, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
We're early.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. We're just telling people that we're happy to be house sitting for you. And I was especially happy about showers and baths and pool. Yeah, so Robert just purchased his tickets to South Korea. So we're all super excited. I'm super excited for you guys to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about the experience.
Maggie said her dog had the same thing with the eye. The vet took it off.
How fast?
It's incredible how fast
somebody was telling me dogs heal very fast. So I think that was Gabe and Caroline.
A few hours west over here, you can fish the Salt River.
Oh, yeah. We stayed right next to the Salt River last night.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go up through Superior and Globe area.
Yeah.
Before we turn north and head into Utah. So, Mark, are we in your neck of the woods? We're kind of close, right? Loretta says, I'm a newbie in this lifestyle, just started in August.
All right, congratulations.
You've been an inspiration. Thank you so much. There are good days and there are bad days.
Yeah.
There are rough starts and good starts. From Iceland, head to Scotland. Okay, we're already on that area.
At that point, you might as well.
Dan said there's a company that makes travel trailers into fishing cabins.
Yeah.
Oh, Kathleen, don't mention Pinedale, Wyoming.
Who mentioned Pinedale?
Looking for good creek fishing, go to Pinedale, Wyoming.
That is my favorite place ever. I love Pinedale, Wyoming. I love that place. That's my favorite. In 7 years, that's my favorite place that we've been.
What did you love about it? I asked you this before.
We camped right on a lake, Willow Lake, and it had white sand beaches.
But you don't like sand.
You trapped me. You're trapping me. It had this white sand beach, and it has aspen trees, and then and you can hang your hammock in between the aspen trees and listen to the wind blow through the leaves. And in the background is the Wind River mountain range.
Yeah.
And so you got this beautiful crystal clear lake, white sand with giant mountain range behind it. And then every afternoon, like a lightning storm would come in. And
yeah, it was magical.
We went swimming every day. It was
on the beach.
It was amazing. And then the town itself. I love the town of Pinedale. So,
we saw a lot of moose in Pinedale too.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, And you had ice cream,
Oh yeah,
banana splits
banana
in Pinedale.
splits. Yeah.
And we also hiked the Wind River Range, so it was just an incredible trip all the way around.
Who made the comment about Pinedale?
Kathleen, she says she lives here, and my grandson is a fishing guide.
Oh,
Yeah, Dave always says Pinedale. So anytime we ever mention like settling down with a little piece of land, he's like, we got to start looking in Pinedale.
right. And I've looked. But of course, it's one of those places that we would just spend a couple of months in the summer and then leave for the winter, probably.
Yeah. All right. So everybody here, Rundle had surgery yesterday. I don't know how many people came on a little bit late because Carrie can't tell time and started the live an hour early. So he had a growth on his eyelid that was removed yesterday, and he's doing great.
He has to wear a cone for 10 days, 9 days now.
Yeah.
He hates the cone, and it's hard to do the cone thing in the van because
he hits it on everything.
He hits it on everything, and then he kind of freaks out. He does not like it.
That's the most sad part about the whole thing is he is not happy about the cone. But he's eating and drinking and having bodily functions, and it hasn't even been 24 hours, so we're still...
So the idea with the cone is it keeps him from scratching the stitches out because then we have to start all over. And right now, it's not a big deal. I mean, his eye hurts, so he's not going to scratch it. But when it starts to heal, I guess it will start to itch, and then that's when we really have to make sure it's protected.
Yeah, he has 2 sutures. So.
And if everything heals right, we don't have to go back to the vet. So he says we can just send him a picture, and we'll save that last vet visit, and we don't have to return. But right now, we're kind of staying close. Just a couple days here just to make sure everything looks okay before we head off into the middle of nowhere land, which I can't wait.
Now we got to try to keep him clean too, which is the growth was he just called it an eyelid mass. I don't know if it was a tear duct gland.
I don't know, but it was deep, and it was rubbing on his eye and causing problems already.
Yeah. So it would grow, and then it would like kind of break open, and it would bleed, and he was having lots of eye discharge. Yeah. And then it would grow, and we have potential for some pretty bad things coming down the road if we hadn't taken care of it. Eye ulcers and corneal ulcers, and maybe, just things that would cause even more problems down the line. So we had it removed. So someone's asking how the transmission is doing.
Transmission's doing great. But now we have a new problem I'm trying to figure out.
We'll talk about the transmission, talk about the scan gauge 3 that you got.
So Carrie got me the scan gauge 3 for Christmas, and it's really awesome. It has a bunch of different settings, but it actually scans your system and then gives you the temperature of the engine oil, the coolant, the transmission temperature, and it among a bunch of other stuff. But
you can pick from
you get to pick what you want, but it has all the stuff that I really wanted to monitor to see if there's a problem early on. Because
thank you, Rosa Michael.
If the temperature starts getting high in the transmission, that's what usually kills the transmission. Is it gets hot, and that's makes it not last as long. So now we can tell how hot the transmission is, and we know if it gets above 230 degrees for whatever reason, we're going up a hill. Our van's heavy, so we know we can pull over and let it cool down ahead of time instead of waiting till after it's damaged.
And you would think that might cause more anxiety, but actually it is less anxiety because we knew we were heavy. We're a heavy build. There's 2 people. There's a dog. We just didn't know, are we doing damage on every hill we go up? Are we doing damage on the roads that we go down?
Yeah, just by having those temperatures always displayed kind of gives you a feel for what's normal. So if something's going on and all of a sudden we get weird readings, that we know something's up. So it kind of helps you. I think it will help us, prevent serious trouble.
Yeah, and when we left California heading to Arizona, we went over one mountain pass where we got close to... Are you okay, buddy? We got close to over 200 degrees. So it's kind of nice to know what our limitations are. We were boondocking above Cave Creek, Arizona, and we went way back out in the road, and we could see exactly what the temperature was, and we can pull over if we have to. So it's super nice. Thank you, Sue Ann. That's so kind.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, now we're getting this knocking problem under the wheel well, and I thought I didn't know it was sometimes it almost makes a clicking sound, sometimes it's a knocking sound or a pop sound. I can't figure out what it is. Took it to the mechanic. They couldn't really find out what it was either, but it's getting worse. I think to me it sounds like a ball joint because it's just knocking all the time.
So when they did the transmission in Alaska, um, when they installed everything back in and we picked it up, we noticed something wasn't quite right. And so we took it back to them, and what had happened was
The CV axle wasn't seated in all the way.
Seated quite properly. So we took it to a mechanic because we wanted to make sure that we're not causing any damage to the new transmission.
Right.
And they said the CV axle looks fine, and they said everything looks fine, but clearly something is making some noise that's not fine. They thought maybe the struts.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the struts. But we are going through the struts fast. They're already starting to leak a little bit.
Hi, Jean. Sorry we missed you in Quartzsite. We were only there for a short amount of time because we had the doctor's visit for Rundle in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So what is the name of the gauge again? It's a Scan Disc 3, right?
Yeah.
Scan Gauge.
Scan Gauge 3.
Scan Gauge 3.
And it's on Amazon if you want to check it out for yourself.
I can't reach it from here.
It is expensive.
It is pretty expensive. On Amazon, I think it was like in the $350 range. If you watch, I think, AutoZone, I've seen it go on sale for like $240. So Dave's super technical when it comes to electronic type stuff, and he hooked it up and set it up.
Yeah, super.
It was easy.
Yeah, it's just super easy.
You get to pick what you want to watch. You get to pick the colors. You get to pick how many things are on each screen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm not happy with the price of it. I'm happy with the function.
Yeah, but it's sure nice knowing all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Scan Gauge 3. It also has the code reader built into it, correct? So if you get engine codes, you can check that.
Because it hooks up to the OBD2 connector.
Yeah. It's really small.
Cheryl's asking if we had any plans to try to lighten the van at Robert's house, and
that's a discussion all the time.
We're always talking about doing that, and we find ways to lighten it, but not by enough. So, to really make a difference, we would need to take 1,000 pounds out of the van, and we just can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I was going to get the Scan Gauge, but it's hooked up to a wire.
You were going to grab it?
Well, it comes off that thing.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it just done. Is it permanent?
Well, I don't want to undo it underneath.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so we've discussed, we are trying to lighten things as we go, but is it enough to really do anything?
Yeah, we'll keep trying. We'll keep doing it, and we'll save a little bit of weight here and there, but we really need to drop 1,000 pounds off, and there's just no way to do it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about people who have been putting showers in their build and the amount of water that they're carrying, 30, 40, 45-gallon water tanks. That's a lot of weight. And that's fine for one person.
I think you can get away with making your van a lot lighter if you're one person. But with 2 people and a dog, and you have everything you own, we can't figure it out. So I'm sure somebody's smart enough to figure out how to do it. But I guess when you initiate the build, you can use the 80-20 aluminum or whatever. But
Mike says he has a Scan Gauge, and his temp really goes above 180. Yeah, we run right around that, right?
Well, in the wintertime when it's cold outside, if you're talking coolant temperature.
For transmission?
Oh, transmission. Yeah, our transmission usually runs anywhere from 180 to 205 or so.
Yeah, but when we're just driving normally, it
Yeah.
doesn't go that high.
Yeah.
When we're going up hills, that's when it really starts to.
Yeah.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. So this is my Denali shirt. I was wearing it the other day and somebody said, "Oh, I thought your shirt said dentist." And I said, "Well, Denali's a lot more fun." What have we got rid of to say? Wait, nothing, because we put more stuff in.
What? Get rid of weight?
What have we got rid of? Oh. Okay, so we got rid of jumper cables. Yeah. We have been carrying them and have not used them in 8 years. We got rid of, we had a wood board across the back. We got rid of that. And so basically it was just for looks, to keep the mattress.
Yeah, to kind of keep the mattress squared up from shifting too far out. And then we put stickers on the back of it.
So we took that out. You took some tools. You went through your tools, got rid of some tools.
Got rid of some tools.
Got rid of some.
Which I hate doing.
Got rid of some books.
Yeah. Well, no, we had two big boxes, maybe 40 pounds worth of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not a lot to get rid of. I mean, camera gear. We have a lot of camera gear, but how do you get rid of that when you do what we do?
Yeah. Oh, what? North of Globe is Highway 288. Glenn, that's what we're going up. We're going up 288.
There's a slot canyon called Salome Canyon. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be going through Young. That's all on our route.
Okay, so Glenn just reminded me, because last year Glenn recommended that we went to Chiricahua National Monument.
Yeah, Chiricahua.
And
awesome.
You guys have not ever seen that video, because we are not allowed to film in national parks and national monuments. And Chiricahua was just incredibly amazing. Yeah. But the great news is that Congress signed the Explore Act. We are now allowed to film in national parks.
Yeah, and we have all that footage, so Carrie just needs to put it together.
Yeah. So as long as there's under, I think it's 6 people, and you're not carrying a bunch of gear that will impede anybody else from enjoying the park, then we can film.
I'm going to try to remember that slot canyon name. Salome Canyon. All right. Thank you, Glenn, for that tip, because that's right where we're going. If there's not too much snow up there, we'll have to watch the weather.
So probably one of the biggest things with the cameras is, before we did van life, I did a lot of wedding photography and portrait photography. So I have 2 cameras, and for wildlife, I have a pretty big lens. And so that takes up an entire backpack of camera stuff. And that's stuff that we don't use so much on YouTube, but I use it for like calendars and to take photos and stuff, which I will be doing more of this year. I want to do more exploring with my camera and using different settings. So that stuff takes up a lot of room. But then you wouldn't believe the amount of GoPro accessories, mics and stands and mounts and tripods and drone.
And don't even get us started on Rundle's accessories. Having a dog.
Yeah, laptop. We have a laptop. We have to have a backup laptop. We have a box full of hard drives. So every video we've ever videotaped, we have all of that footage. Every video that's on YouTube, we have that footage, with the exception of a few months that I lost. But so, I mean, all those things just add up. Dave loves to do, Dave's been doing his wild edibles. And so I made him a drawer for that stuff. And that's something that he loves. So,
Mike said we got rid of our lanterns.
Yeah, so the lanterns that used to hang here, we donated those to Mike. So he's saying you got rid of the lanterns.
They were great. No.
Well, yeah, I mean,
To get pounds, we'd have to basically strip everything out of the van and rebuild everything from scratch.
So probably one of the main things we did wrong is we did the shiplap ceiling. We could probably save a lot of weight had we not done that.
Yeah.
We upgraded to the butcher block counter, which is amazing, but it's heavy. We probably shouldn't have done that. And we have a freezer, which has been a game changer.
Yeah.
For where we can go, how long we can stay, because our fridge is so tiny. That probably takes up, 30, 40 pounds?
Yeah.
Plus the hardware. I mean,
oh, yeah, because we built the slides for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything just adds up.
Everything adds up. Dave's always like, what can we get rid of? I'm like, your jacket?
I just got rid of one of my jackets.
I mean,
it's just like you chip off 2-3 pounds here and try not to add anything else. But the van's already got 100 and almost 50,000 miles on it. I'll be really happy if we can get another 150,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it just means that we have to be careful on what we do, and that's why the scan gauge is so important, so that we know the limitations of our transmission. We know when we're putting it to the limit. So we just don't have the energy, the time, or the money to rebuild the van, don't you think?
Yeah, there's no way. At today's prices.
We would have to totally gut it. 80-20 would have been the smart way to go. Yeah. Yeah, just as long as you don't get rid of Rundle's accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pillows. Don't talk about my pillows. These pillows have stuff in them. What's in this one? I think this is winter jackets. Dave hates the pillows, so we're not going to talk about the pillows.
I'm okay with this one. This is a nice small pillow. But then Carrie got a new pillow.
This one's not that big.
That was huge.
But I sit on the couch and edit, and this one's really comfortable. I could get rid of my rock collection, but that's probably only like 20 pounds.
That's a big one.
So then we do stuff like that, and then we build stuff like this. So Robert helped me build a new table.
Yeah, this new table's pretty cool. It's like an old-fashioned,
like a work desk,
like kids' table.
So,
but you can do your editing on it.
So the one thing is, I'm a pretty crafty person, and so I'm going to be painting on rocks, and this is just something to do when I get tired of editing, because I edit so much. Just something fun and mindless that I love to do. I've painted on rocks a lot. I'm going to be doing that again.
Robert helped you with that, right?
Yeah, Robert basically did it for me.
We're not caravan. We are up early. Our time was off.
Sorry. So if you're just joining, Carrie cannot tell time, and we started live an hour early. So we're almost at the regular time. So my thought is I can do some rock painting in here, keep some of my crafts, and then we do want to go to a cargo trailer.
George, hi George.
Not anytime soon.
Good to see you. Yeah, cargo trailer would be awesome. That's probably our future plan, is a cargo trailer. Way down the road when the van doesn't run anymore.
Dave, how's the cooking going?
The cooking. I hate cooking. It's coming along. I'm trying to learn how to do new stuff. Definitely not a cook.
So, in all honesty, Dave only has to really cook one meal a day.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't eat breakfast, so I make my own breakfast when I eat. But he's not a fan of cooking. He's not a fan of the entire thing.
If it wasn't for the planning the meals and the food shopping, the cooking, and then doing the dishes when I'm done, if it wasn't for those factors, I would probably like it.
He says, but I thought you liked cooking. I'm like, no, I don't like cooking. That's why I retired from it.
We can't pull it, George. We can't pull a 6x12, but that sounds awesome.
So George is asking us if we want a 6x12 cargo trailer, and Dave and I have talked about it. We would love to have a home base. 8 years on the road, a home base where we could leave, a few items that we just don't want to get rid of. So what we thought was we'll buy a cargo trailer, we'll build it out, and we'll leave it on the, whatever piece of land it is, we'll leave the home base there and continue traveling in the van. And when the van is no longer, then we also have our home because we'll have the cargo trailer. At that time, we would need to procure a truck to pull it. That all sounds good, right? But you need money to buy a cargo trailer and
a
truck and to fix it all out.
But I think that's a really good way to go. Like if you haven't started this lifestyle already, just to have something to pull. Because that way, if there's a problem with one or the other, you're not dead in the water. Right now, if we have a problem with the van, then the van's in the shop and we don't have a home.
Yeah. So we don't want to stop traveling. There's so much more that we still want to see, but it would be nice to maybe have a home base, so that we don't have to leave stuff in Robert's garage. He's got enough of his own stuff. He doesn't want our stuff in his garage. So a home base would be nice, maybe in the next year or two. Nothing is happening this year. This year is all about the van, and next year will probably be all about the van because something else will arise.
Yeah. Kathy says something about wild horses.
She said, Cheryl said, in other words, you only want to eat.
Yeah.
You want to eat good stuff.
I just want to eat good food and not have to do any of the work. No. I'm going to still be cooking and shopping and doing all that stuff.
Kathy, you got here early, except for Carrie can't tell time and started the live an hour early. She said, look for wild horses if you make it to Highway 260. Superb dispersed camping there. Okay, we'll check it out, 260. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? So, Trout West. So, a couple of years ago, a big thing happened where somebody was making a documentary in a national park and they got sued. And he appealed it, saying it's the First Amendment right to be able to film in the national park. And the Supreme Court said, no, you cannot. So, for the last 2 years, YouTubers were not supposed to be filming in national park, national recreation area, national monuments without a permit.
And this only affects people that are making money from anybody can film and take pictures and stuff, but if you're taking video and making money from that video, that's what it affected.
And so they pretty much said these laws came into effect before YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all the social media. So it's been like a 3-year, has it been 3 years now?
I don't know.
It's been like a 3-year battle. Well, they just came into agreement and made a new law, and it was signed in January, called the Explore Act, where if you can go in now with less than 6 people and minimal amount of gear, you can film, as long as you're not impeding somebody else's experience. Of course, you'll never be able to fly a drone in the park
or monument.
Yeah, without a special permit. And
that's great news, because we've got a bunch of national parks that we want to check out. We just really haven't been, mostly because of Rundle, but we have one monument that we've already filmed but couldn't show, so now we can finally show that one. Happy birthday, Carrie!
Hi, Robert. So the laws were made to protect the national parks from big film crews, movie crews that are coming in. So they were made with good intentions, but they were vague as to when YouTube came and TikTok and all these creators are filming, it kind of lumped everybody in one. And so they had to go and revisit that and reword it and revamp it. So
Oh, Kathy, that 260, that highway. Okay, I know where that is now between Pace and Sholo. We'll be on a section of that for sure.
Maggie. So it is now
Officially time
for the live.
Welcome to the live.
Yeah, so we want to welcome everybody to the live. You are on time. Carrie cannot tell time and started the live an hour early.
All right, so what are we talking about in this live? We're going to be talking about, if you've already been on for an hour, you might have heard some of the stuff that we're talking about, but we want to tell you all about Rundle. We want to let you know what our plans are for this year.
Let's let a few more people come on before we start over again. Okay. So Robert says he was just in southern Utah and saw numerous people illegally flying drones. So you can fly your drones in national forest.
Just not national parks or national monuments.
Yeah.
Or national recreation areas for that matter.
Now, if you want to blur the line, you can take your drone, you can take off outside a national park, and you can fly into national park. As long as you take off and sit down out of national park. And don't tell anybody I said that, because that's a can of worms. It always creates controversy. We don't do that, but technically you could.
You have to be able to see the drone. It has to be in sight, and it has to be under whatever the above ground level, at least below 400 feet.
Yeah, we've been in national parks and seen people come up and just take off with their drone. And maybe they're from a different country and they don't know. But if you get caught flying your drone in a national park or a wilderness area, they will and can confiscate your drone and take it with them.
Yep.
And not to mention, you will have a fine.
Getting more birthday wishes, Carrie. Carrie turns 50 today.
So welcome to everybody who just joined. There was a lot we wanted to share with you today, and Carrie started the live an hour early because she can't tell time.
We're always changing time zones, and sometimes we don't pay attention.
Arizona always gets me. I just think it's on the West Coast. Yeah, so hi, Sonia. So today is my birthday. I turned the big 50. I don't know how that happened. I don't feel 50. My knees.
50 is nifty.
My knees tell me otherwise. Hi, Terry. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Gary. Yeah, so today's pretty cool. To tell you a story, a while back, I was with a friend, and I was complaining about how old I was getting and all the gray hairs I was getting. And this friend her dream was to become a nurse. So she did that, and she'd been nursing for several years. And she said, I see a lot of people who don't have the opportunity or the privilege to grow old. And she's absolutely right. And that hit me to the core.
Yeah, it's like, stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
Stop complaining how old you are.
Yep. So I'm happy to be here. 50 is awesome. My mom's 75. I hope to make it to 75. I just, that seems really old. I thought 50 was old when I was 30. Yeah, so 50 is nifty.
50's nifty. I agree.
I'm embracing it. I'm happy. The other thing we wanted to tell everybody is Rundle had surgery yesterday, and he's doing great. He had a mass on his eyelid that was starting to cause quite a few problems. We'd been watching it, and when we were in California, we went and saw his vet, and she said, yeah, that needs to be removed. And then she recommended us to a pet ophthalmologist, actually in Oregon, but we're going the other way, so we found one in Phoenix. Sonia says, only 12 years to get the senior pass for national parks. I know. I told Dave, I'm like, how old are you, Dave? We already
have the pass.
I know, but you get the senior pass. Isn't that better?
No, it's the same. We have the military pass.
Yeah, but you get a senior discount for camping and stuff.
Wow, yeah. There's probably, I'm sure there's Social Security. That would be great.
I told Dave yesterday, I was like, in 7 years, you could start getting Social Security. So we do, because we're military, we do get into the national parks for free. We still have to pay for camping and stuff. So I don't know what Rundle had on his eye. The vet just said a mass with diseased tissue. So he had it removed yesterday. Hi, Stare Crazy. Hi. So spent my birthday having surgery with Rundle.
Yep.
And I've kind of been complaining or mentioning all the epic things I could be doing with the money we spent on Rundle's surgery. But then I thought, you're living a pretty epic life, so stop complaining.
Yeah, we're always playing.
How old are you, Dave?
I have to think about it. I'm 54, 55 this year.
You're moving the camera.
Oh.
So Mr. Rundle Doodle is actually sleeping. He had a rough night because it's an eye surgery. He has to wear the cone. They do not want him to wear the donut because he could still scratch his eye. We do not want him to pull the sutures out. So this is Mr. Doodle. Don't mind our dirty laundry behind him. Hi, buddy. You doing okay? Are you doing all right? Yeah. I know. You hate the cone, huh?
Poor guy.
You hate the cone. So this is the eye. He's got 2 sutures up there. Yeah. I know.
Poor guy. It's mostly the cone, I think.
Yeah, he really doesn't seem to be in any pain. He does have pain medication that we've been giving him. And antibiotics that he'll be on for 10 days. So it's the cone. The cone, he hates the cone. He tried to get off the couch and the cone hit the counter in front of him. So his butt was on the couch and his feet were on the floor and he was stuck. He wouldn't move.
Unfortunately, every time we freed him and got him out of that position, he would get right back in it. So we spent a lot of time trying to help him.
And then last night about midnight, he insisted that he got in the bed with us. So there was Dave and Carrie and Rundle with the cone in the bed. A couple hours, don't you think?
Yeah. Yep.
And then 2:00, he wanted to go for a walk. So I took him out for a walk. And this morning I got up and sat with him and took the cone off so that he could sleep.
Yeah, as long as we're right there with him, we can take the cone off. It's just that we don't want him scratching at that eye because then if he hits those stitches, then we're going right back to the vet to start over.
Yeah. Steven, do you ever take the hoodie off? No. Steve, yeah. Did you hear my story earlier? I was wearing this, I think it was yesterday, and the guy goes, "Oh, what's your shirt say?" Yeah. He's like, "I thought it said dentist," and I said, "It says Denali. That's a lot more fun." Hello from Cape Cod. Hello, everybody.
Cape Cod, cool.
So Dave and I have been on for an hour.
We came on an hour early because of the time change. We weren't paying attention.
Carrie forgot about the time change. Hi, Darren.
Hey, Darren.
Sonia, Tony, the Alaska crew is here. Man, we miss you guys.
Yeah, we do.
We had a great time. Okay, so Darren reminded me. I'm just going to ask everybody one last time. Did everybody get their calendars? I have a few left that I've been saving for people who did not get them. If you did not get your calendar, please let me know.
Like an email or...
Yeah. Or a comment here or oneadvantureatime.com or YouTube or Instagram, however you can get a hold of me. So I don't know what happened with the shipping this year. It was just a giant fiasco. The post office sent them out the wrong.
Yeah, Carrie took a few down there, asked them how she should send them out, and they told her how she should send them out, and she did that, and then there was a problem. So
we sent them all as a flat letter, But the problem was because I put them in a hard cardboard envelope that wasn't super flexible, that means it should have went as a parcel. So
we know what to do next year.
We know what to do next year. And then for whatever reason, some of you got them in 2 days and some of you, it took 6 weeks. I don't understand.
Some of that could just be the post office.
Maybe, because even the replacements that I sent took a long time. And eventually everybody who ordered them got their order and the replacements. So they got extra calendars. So it was just...
Sonia Green, I just wanted to say that your trip to see the polar bears looked awesome. I was so jealous. That looked so much fun. That is a life experience there.
Yeah. So we want to thank, again, everybody who is here. We surpassed 40,000 subscribers earlier this month in January, and that is huge for us. When we started YouTube, we never imagined we would have 40,000 subscribers. We never imagined we'd be doing year 8.
Yeah, not a lot of people have done year 8 on YouTube or more. A few have.
Yeah, and we are noticing a lot of the YouTubers that we started with are no longer around.
Well, or they bought property and live on their property now. So
yeah. Rolling with the rollers. We're trying to see pandas while we're in Virginia. Wait, there's pandas in Virginia?
I'd like to see a panda.
Hi, Meg. Hi, Freckles. Meg, how are you doing? You getting on the road this year? Carrie, thank you for the comment. I did put a little bit of makeup on because I am 50, you know. At the Washington Zoo, they have pandas. Oh, cool.
Well, we didn't talk about where we're going this year.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the compliment. Dave and I are so happy that we really get to do what we love. Boondocking and sharing places with you in nature. And we truly love that. And I think that's part of the reason why we're still on YouTube. We try to ignore the YouTube algorithm. We try to ignore the clickbait. We try to ignore
the drama.
And so our channel has grown at a very slow rate, which is fine with us. We have organic, amazing subscribers who love the same things that we do. So we're really happy that we get to do this.
Yeah, I still get, when we find like a new place to boondock in the middle of nowhere, I still get that feeling of excitement, and it's just amazing. I love it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you guys will always hear us praise our patrons. I know not everybody can be a patron, but YouTube is so fickle when it comes to finances. For an example, January has been a great month for our videos. Some of our videos have gotten over 30,000 views, and our YouTube pay has not gone up a penny. Yeah. And so we cannot live off of the YouTube alone. And so that's why you see a lot of people not doing YouTube anymore. And it's a shit ton of work. I'll just say it, right? It's a lot of work to do it.
It gets harder to do it too as the band gets older and breaks down more too, because it's expensive.
Yeah. And so
look at Do It All.
We're so happy that we get to do what we love, and we're still doing it at the show, Rundle.
Poor guy. You're tired.
Yeah, so 40,000 subscribers is huge for us. And I was saying earlier that when we started van life, our whole goal was to go to Alaska. I don't know why that was the pinnacle of van life, was to go to Alaska. And last year that dream came true. And we've been to every state except for Hawaii. We've been around the United States, 3 or 4 times. We've done amazing, epic things. We've seen epic things. We've met so many people that we would never have met across the country. The journey has been incredible. But I feel like anything after this is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and we still like we've been coming to Arizona for I don't know how many winters. We've either gone to Arizona or Florida for winter, and most of the time Arizona. We keep like even this trip we're finding new locations. So there's the whole country is just wide open.
Yeah.
We got lots more places to go. Someone was asking about the sugar beet harvest last year. Last year was the first year that we did not do a seasonal job, and that's because we were still up in Alaska, and the jobs are in September and October for the potatoes and the sugar beets. And
we knew that we just wouldn't be back.
We knew that we weren't going to make it back last year, and we didn't want to hurry back. It's so expensive to get up to Alaska. We wanted to spend as much time as we could there.
And y'all know what happened in Alaska. We got a new transmission, and I think although we hated spending the money, again, I could spend $8,000 in so many different ways than a new transmission. But they got that transmission to us in 1 week, shipped into Alaska in 1 week. And we were just talking to a mechanic yesterday. He was looking at a noise that we're having under the tire, one of the tires. And he said he waited months for a transmission. And we said, was it a warranty? He said, no.
Yeah. So
he said it was just on back order.
It worked out well. We were in the right place at the right time to get that transmission without having to wait.
So they got it to us in 1 week, and they had it put in basically in 2 days. And we didn't have to pay tax on it. So
Corn Dog Caravan, we haven't decided if we're doing sugar beets or potatoes, but we hope to do one or the other. So we're going to make probably a last minute decision on that.
So every year we do a seasonal job that puts money in our maintenance fund, our emergency fund, and our bucket list fund. And we need to replenish that fund.
Yep.
Because it's empty.
It's gone.
So we really, really like the potato harvest job. We would love to go back to Minnesota and Park Rapids and do that job. I just don't know if we're going to make it that far east. We will be doing house sitting this year in June and July. Robert's brother will be going to South Korea. His oldest daughter lives there. Her family is a military family. They're an Army family. And so we said, hey, we will watch the house. We'll watch the animals. You guys need to go to South Korea. Not that you need to, but if you want to, we will stay here and house sit for you. And so they're going to take a month and go to South Korea. And I'm so excited for them to go. It's going to be an amazing trip for them. They're going to go to Japan. They're going to go to Disneyland. And it'll be amazing for them.
Thank you, Dee and Lee. Thank you, guys.
So, yeah, so we will be back in Northern California in the summertime. And then after that, we're not going to go too far. Probably.
It kind of depends on what harvest job we have lined up. And then we'll slowly track towards that harvest job, whether it be Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, whether it could be Idaho, it could be Washington. We just don't know where it's at yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's great jobs. So Corn Dog Caravan's asking us if we're going to do the beet harvest because they've been working the beet harvest in Idaho, and they're trying to recruit us to do the beet harvest. So that is definitely an option. It's closer to the West Coast, so there wouldn't be as much driving. Two of our biggest expenses in van life are gas and food. So if we can control, the biggest one is gas. The least amount of mileage we cover, the less gas that's going in the tank, the more money stays in the bank account. So that's our plan. We're going to move slowly. We're going to stay again like 7 to 10 days in a spot. We're going to do things that we love. Dave has been itching to get back out and do some more fishing. He has a new Tenkara rod that he's been itching to get into the lakes and streams. Mostly streams. So
I like small streams. Small high desert streams are my favorite.
So we're going to pick a state and then get him a fishing license. We don't know what state that is for sure. Before we go back to Northern California, we're going to explore Nevada. So Nevada has lots of things that Nevada is a highly underrated state that not a lot of people know about all the cool things Nevada has. So we're going to do some turquoise hunting. We're going to do some opal hunting.
Getting lots of questions.
Always an adventure. Why do people refer to Northern California and Southern California? Because it's 10 hours from the tip of Northern California to the southern tip of California. And
for us, it's like 15 hours.
Northern California, all the population is in Southern California. So Northern California majority distances themselves from Southern California. It's a geographical thing. Growing up in California all my life, we're in California, but we're not really from that part of California. I don't know. That's just it.
I think New York does the same thing. They got, upstate New York. So
a lot of people refer to San Francisco as Northern California. And for those of us who grew up in Alturas, in Modoc County, Alaskan County, right on the tip of Oregon, we don't really consider that Northern California.
It doesn't really matter, though.
It doesn't. The entire state of California is amazing. It's a beautiful state. I absolutely love it. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry to hear that. When they went to Korea, they were very rude to them.
Oh.
Cathedral Gorge is on our list, Sonia. Yep, we're going to be going there. Like I said, we'll be doing turquoise hunting and opal hunting. And hopefully we get to go into the Ruby Mountains. Has anybody ever heard of the Ruby Mountains? Like, most people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So.
And the Great Basin
National Park, yeah. Do the national parks have own fishing license in the USA? Can you fish in a national park?
Some of them let you fish for free. Like, I think that someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Glacier National Park, I think you can fish in that one for free. So I think some of them do have rules like that. I don't know if they all do or not.
I know Texas and Texas state parks, you can fish for free, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of a state to state thing, but there's also federal regulations for some national parks. So
yeah. Nevada is like one of the biggest states for rocks and gems. Yeah, I mean, you could spend an entire year here just rock hounding. We're just going to do a couple of fun things to do. And then...
Sorry if we're missing your questions, because I know we're missing some of them. I apologize for that.
And I think we touched earlier that we are now allowed to film in national parks because the Explore Act has been signed. You remember there was a big deal about you couldn't film in national parks. Well, they have ironed that out and figured it out. We still will not be allowed to fly a drone in a national park. You will never be allowed to fly a drone in a national park without a special permit, which I'm sure is very, very hard to get.
Glenn says Ruby Mountains. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Nevada. It's one of those states that a lot of people don't know much about. And I really want to show it off because there's some cool stuff there that most people would not expect.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, what? That's Nevada?
Yeah. And then after that, like I said, Dave wants to do some fishing.
I'm okay if skip this year on the fishing, just because I want to stay a long time in a state where the fishing license is worth it.
Yeah.
So that it might be next year, might do Colorado again or something.
Steve said Winnemucca or Elko.
Oh yeah, love Winnemucca.
We've been up through Ely. There's a lot to see in that area. And hopefully next month, Valentine's Day weekend, we will be in Utah at Kanab because there is a balloon festival. I love hot air balloons. I've always wanted to go to Albuquerque Balloon Festival, and we're always working that month. So there's a balloon festival in Kanab that hopefully we're going to make it to.
Yeah.
And we have not been to the Salt Flats yet. Again, Utah is such a huge state that we have barely...
Yeah, I think we're just going to basically hit the edge of it this time. I don't know.
Yeah.
How far we're going to go up the state. Hi, Doodle. Hi, Doodle. You're tired, huh? tired of that cone.
The salt flats are awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, the hot spring video and Hot Creek. That's what Maggie was at.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love that place.
So we're just gonna.
I would love to go there again. I just don't love doing the same thing over and over, but we can't drive by that spot without going for a soak.
There's a great place to dig for trilobites in Utah. Okay. Okay, how do we pronounce Kanab?
Kanab? Kanab? I don't know.
Is it like Nevada? Prescott? So we're just trying to drive a little bit slower, do things that we love, and hopefully you guys will love it too. So that's our plans for this year. Then when I get closer to the summer, we'll decide, are we going to work in Idaho? Are we going to work in Washington? Are we going to do the potato harvest in Minnesota? I'm not sure. Anything you guys want to see in those states? Rundle just wants to play ball. And Rundle is on pain medication, so yeah, he is a little sleepy.
Yeah.
Which is good for him. Yeah, they said to keep him chill for a week.
No running after balls. No getting too excited. Is he about due for a pain pill? Because he's looking uncomfortable right now.
I just think he wants the cone. He hates the cone.
Yeah.
He had his pain pill at 7. So not quite yet. What else did we?
Somebody mentioned Capitol Reef National Park. We have still never been to Capitol Reef, and I hear that's the most underrated park in the state. So I definitely want to go.
Robert, we loved Canada. We loved British Columbia. We've been to Quebec, but we were quick in and out, so we don't have. Well, we did the Bay of Fundy in Quebec.
No.
New Brunswick. So we've dabbled a little bit on the east side of Canada, but man, British Columbia and Alberta going into Alaska was just out of this world.
Yeah, I mean, we could just do a whole year in British Columbia probably. Eventually, I want to go to the Arctic Circle again, but that's going to be a whole nother major trip. It's going to be just like Alaska. It's going to be huge. Or we're not ready for one of those for a couple 2-3 years.
Yeah, Capitol. We missed Capitol Reef and we missed Zion.
If we hit Zion, it's got to be during like no snowstorm
shoulder season
or somewhere where there's not a lot of people there. I don't know when that is. That's even a season. Whenever they stop running the buses.
I've been trying to talk Dave into going to Baja, but he's being resistant.
Oh yeah, 2026. I don't know. I think 2026, I want to spend a whole bunch of time in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and maybe Wyoming. I would love just to spend like 3 months in between those two states.
Steven said the Arctic Circle brings back COVID PTSD. Yeah. But you were COVID free, Steve. You didn't have it. You were just really sick. Yeah, Carrie says you will hate Zion when it's so busy.
Yeah, I can. I'd stay in the van.
That's why we skipped Zion.
We just got to time it out.
When we went there, they were having road construction and a lot of areas in the park were closed. And so everybody was concentrated into one area. And so we decided not to go at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no need to go to Baja.
I want to go to Baja because the whales are on my bucket list.
I don't even know if our van can make it to Baja.
Yeah, so the roads are supposed to be rough.
That's it. You can go with Sonia to Baja.
Okay, did she invite me?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
You guys go see the whales. I'll hang out in Arizona and get my teeth fixed or something.
But they want us to go to Baja.
They want you to go to Baja.
So we have a family friend who lives in Puerto Vallarta. And so she has been inviting us down forever. So I'm trying to talk Dave into going all the way down Baja, taking the ferry over to Puerto Vallarta to visit, and then coming back. And you can get your dental work done in Baja. Dave said he would go. He said, but I have to drive because he's nervous about the language barrier.
I just don't want to get pulled over and have to figure out how to bribe the cops because it's.
You don't bribe them. You just say, take me to the police station. And then I'll give them you.
Yeah.
That's what are the requirements for taking dogs into Mexico. I haven't looked at it super closely. So
Oreo cookies. That's how you bribe the cops.
So when Sonia went to see the whales, and she said she went with a group, and everybody had Oreo cookies, and so they would give every time they got checked or whatever, they would give them Oreo cookies. So we could do that. But whales are on my list. I want to go out there and see the whales. But what's on your bucket list?
Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho again.
Pinedale.
Pinedale.
I can never take you back to Pinedale because it's never going to live up to your...
Yeah. I still love Eastern Oregon.
Spill, madam. I'm not showing Dave that comment.
I missed it.
Yeah, Sonia, did you get a puppy? Not yet? Where are we at right now?
We're east of Phoenix. Just east of Phoenix. We're staying close just in case Rundle has an issue. I don't know, for a couple days. I'm not sure how long. And then heading towards Kanab.
Well, I guess we'll need to go how to say it correctly because we will get corrected for years to come.
Right. That could be a good thing, though.
Yeah, so it hasn't even been 24 hours since Rundle's surgery, so we're staying close to the vet just in case there's any complications. And then we're going to head towards Globe and Superior. We're going to do a Patreon meetup somewhere up in that area. And then we will turn and head into Utah. I was going to do Antelope Canyon. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Antelope Canyon has been on my bucket list. And the Hot Air Festival has been on my bucket list. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Maggie, that's kind of, I think, one of the reasons why Dave is resistant to going into Mexico is because it looks like a pain in the tuchus.
Yeah, when I watch Snow and Kurt cross the borders, it just looks super. It looks like it would just suck all the fun out of the whole experience to me.
But they are crossing into multiple countries, and each crossing is different. And each crossing, you have to pay a different amount, depending on who you talk to.
It did not look relaxing.
So
I get nervous just crossing the Canadian border.
We will not be going to Argentina in van. If I can get him into Mexico, that'll probably be the extent of our southern travels. How far ahead do you post meetup dates? Well, this one, we typically try to give a few weeks notice, but this year has
probably be short notice, unfortunately.
Short notice because we're really working around Rundle. Yeah, Tara, Utah is amazing. We have not spent enough time in Utah. That's the thing. We've been to every state except for Hawaii. We could revisit every state and stay months in that state just to visit that state.
When you go to Utah, Tara, tell me for Christmas or whatever, where at in Utah do you like the best?
They kind of hit all of our hot spots, but they were on a quick trip.
Yeah.
It does not look like the East Coast will be on our radar this year, just because we will be house sitting in California
in the summer.
And
we're looking at keeping the miles down a little bit if we can.
Yeah.
But we could have went to Florida and got snow. So.
Oh man, I so wished I was in Florida on the beach with the snow. That was just amazing. And Alabama, they got like 9 inches of snow. That is just crazy. Oh, I was going to complain how cold it's been here, but then I thought,
No.
We actually camped north of Phoenix, and the temperature, the lows.
One night it got down to 12 degrees.
12 degrees. That's pretty cold for Phoenix, I think.
Phoenix, that's pretty darn cold.
No, we will never upgrade Stormtrooper to a 4-wheel drive.
Nope.
We would love to have a 4-wheel drive. That would be amazing. But then again, I don't know if it'll happen.
It's going to add extra weight.
What, the 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, a lot of extra weight.
Yeah, but we can go places.
It would be awesome. If we ever were to start over, definitely go with 4-wheel high clearance.
Well, the reason why we didn't do that is because we didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So if money was no object, we would definitely go 4-wheel drive. For sure. Dave was really bummed because he wanted to go to a hot spring that was 30 miles down a really rough road, and we did 15 miles and said, no, we can't make it there.
Thank you, Glenn, for the tip on Workman Creek Falls. We just need a rain. Phoenix needs rain, or Arizona needs rain right now.
Yeah, Arizona hasn't had any rain for something like 130 days. It's been crazy. It's very dusty. I was trying to look for our...
Have we ever been to the north coast of California?
Yes,
yes,
we live.
We have.
What part specifically?
So we lived in Eureka. I was in the Coast Guard there, and our favorite place to go vacation as a kid was Crescent City, because you got the redwoods there. It's just beautiful.
Jedediah Smith State Park.
It's just amazing.
Fern Canyon is out of this.
Yeah, we know the northern coast of California very well.
Okay, this would be our dream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So if anybody has one of those that you don't want anymore, we'll take that. Look at the size tires on that.
Where'd you find that one? That was great.
I don't know where I found it, but I knew you would like it.
That is my favorite rig that you've showed.
I don't know what we would downsize, but we would get rid of something for
that.
Yeah. So the Horseshoe Dam, we almost went there, Mark. We were in that area. We went up Cave Creek, and we were going to go to Horseshoe Dam, but at the last minute we decided not to. Utah, Valley of the Gods. Oh man, we had a great time there. Muley Point, Moki Dugway. Yeah.
Yeah, Darren, the Valley of the Gods is an awesome place to camp.
Robert says the rig that we showed was a gas guzzler.
Well, if you own one of those, you probably don't care.
Just think of all the places you could go. Yeah. So, I don't know if you all know this, but the Moki Dugway, which is next to the Valley of Gods and Muley Point, we don't talk about it a lot, but that's where we got reported for flying the drone. We were turned into the FAA for illegal flying in that area.
Which is funny, because in the video I was discussing about how you have to make sure you're checking the airspace and you have to do your homework before you fly, and I showed where you can't fly. And then, we did everything correctly, but we still got investigated, so we had to deal.
And we were cleared. We were perfectly legal. We went over everything with the FAA agent and went through the video.
They were really cool.
And
So we've actually built a history now with the FAA, because we've been turned in so many times that they said that's good to have that kind of history that
every time we have been cleared.
been cleared every time.
Um, not that we don't ever do anything wrong. We strive to make sure that we're following the right way, but we do make mistakes. But Dave puts a lot of effort, time, and research into his drone flying. So we would love to have a Winnebago Echo. We love the layout of those builds, but I just don't think that's ever going to be in our price range.
Price range is very low.
The other one that we like is the Chinook, the older Chinook campers.
I like those, and I've seen people have those lifted 4-wheel drive. And
yeah. Yep. I don't know. We put so much time and effort into this van that I think we're just gonna run it until it won't go anymore.
Thank you guys about comments about drone work.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Ellen?
Yeah. So I'm really glad you got your pilot's license, because that has really increased where we could fly the drone. It hasn't increased where we can fly, because wherever Dave flies, other people can fly. But it's really helped us know where we can fly.
It's increased it because I can get permission now, Lance permission to fly in places that I wouldn't have been able to do before.
Oh, a Screamer. I found a Chinook. Oh yeah, that's probably the only camper that we would really, really like. Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Pre-built one.
Yeah.
I just like to build it out ourselves, because you get to, make it to where it fits your lifestyle best. But I do like those Chinooks.
Yeah. So we are the people who we tell you all the crazy things we did and then say, don't do it the way we did.
Yeah. So, I really like our build. I just don't like how heavy it is.
Yes. What was I going to say? Are you looking into going for sponsorships? Yes, we are, because
it's just so hard.
We're not getting any younger, right? We're not getting any younger. We would love to have a home base. We would love to have a rig after this. We would love to keep traveling. And thank you to all of our subscribers, and thank you to our patrons. Yeah. You guys are what keep us on the road. But it's an expensive job to travel like we do and to keep up on the maintenance. And so we haven't been able to really build any kind of savings to do any of those things. So we are thinking about doing sponsors, but when you think about sponsors, there comes a lot more work involved. They tell you what they want you to say. They tell you how long they want their sponsorship.
That's why we've turned down a lot of sponsors, because we say, we'll do it, but we want 3 months with your product to make sure we like it. And they say no.
And usually
they say no every time.
Usually they want you to do it within a certain time, because they have a marketing campaign, right? Like any business, they want to get the word out about their product. So usually it's a short amount of time. We don't really get to try it out. They tell us what to say. They tell us how long the video is. And sometimes they want to review the video before it goes live. So that means we have to have videos done way in advance. And if they don't like it, then we have to redo it.
We're open to the idea. Just has to be the right product.
And there's a contract that comes with it. So yes, we are looking at doing sponsors. We want to do sponsors of things that we really like. And so I will start reaching out to those people. But we get sponsorship requests daily. Like, do you like this Hawaiian shirt? Do you like this watch? Do you want to sponsor this? What was it? The game the other day.
It's funny when they do watches, because
do you want to wear this watch?
I never wear a watch. I don't want to know what time it is unless I have to know what time it is. I don't even have a phone. I don't want to watch.
Yeah. Dee and Lee, do you do sponsorships? Because is it worth it? I don't know. If you're a big channel, if you're like, let's say Eamon and Beck or Trent and Alley, and you have 400,000 subscribers and you're getting hundreds of thousands of views, sponsors are going to pay you a lot of money. And so it's probably worth it. But I don't know. Do I want to take on all that extra work?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. The other thing we thought, you know, maybe we would do like some boondocking trips.
Yeah. So we were thinking about like setting up boondocking trips with a small group of people, and then we'd have a place to meet, and then we would make dinner, or just be for a few days. How do you think we'd?
It would be a fee-based thing. Like it would be kind of like Escapee RVs. They give you a trip like into a certain area. It would be kind of like that, but on a much smaller scale. We would take you to boondocking areas.
Maybe like what, 2 or 3 boondocking areas.
Yeah, it'd be like maybe a week at a time
or less.
And we would do like campfire cooking, maybe fishing, or maybe hiking in the area. So like a hosted trip. We thought maybe we could do something like that, something that we love and that we would love to share with people.
We just had to find out if there's any interest in that, if people would actually pay money for that, figure out how much we'd have to charge, and we'd locate an area that we were comfortable with, that we knew we know that several people as a group can boondock in, and it's quiet and nice. And
yes, Tara said a boondock rock hounding theme trip, so we could do different themes.
Oh yeah.
That would be very, very fun for us.
I think that would be a lot more fun than sponsorships.
Why don't you have your live chat set up so we could send you money? I do.
Yeah, I think it is.
We got a few things earlier. I don't know. Everybody try.
Yeah.
Try to send us some money and see if it works.
Sonia says she signed up for Alaska again. That was a trip for a lifetime. I've had so much fun.
Hi, Mike and Christy. Yeah, that was a fun trip. That was incredible. Maybe I don't have it set up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Robert says click on the dollar icon. Oh.
Where's that at?
So on the bottom I see chat, and then I see like a dollar bill.
Yeah, Eastern Canada, Gary, Newfoundland. I had a great time. And it does work.
There you go. It works.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It does work. You could have tested with $5 or less, but thank you. Yeah, Newfoundland was awesome seeing those icebergs. I know people were getting tired of seeing icebergs all the time, but I had so much fun up there.
Yeah, we did.
Those 2 trips, Alaska and Newfoundland.
They were vastly different.
Completely different and both fun in their own ways.
We should be sponsored by Rundle balls. Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. Yes, we should reach out to Chuck It Balls because.
Sonia.
Thank you, Sonia.
You guys. You don't have to. Cake for Carrie.
Okay, Terry, we'll slip you some money for asking that.
She said cake for Carrie because it's your birthday.
Woo! Rocks and books. Yeah. And I don't even have a huge portion of rocks. So my thing is I want to paint on the rocks and then give them away to you guys. My rocks would fit in here in the new table. You have too many books.
Yeah, I think, didn't I donate some of those already?
No, I'm not going to tell Dave he has too many books because he will get rid of them. And he really loves the books that he... Thank you, Liz, so much. Yeah. That's the thing is I could get rid of my rocks. I could get rid of my paint. I could get rid of my camera gear, but...
I feel like we've already cut everything pretty down. I mean, every time we stop at Robert's house, it seems like we're always boxing up something.
We have 2 plates and 2 bowls and 2 forks and 2 spoons.
3 spoons, so...
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steven.
For beans. Thank you so much.
For bean burritos.
Oh, Steve, we were next to Taco Bell yesterday. So Steve loves Taco Bell, and when we were in Alaska, he was having withdrawals from Taco Bell. Thank you, Meg. And so I thought of you when we were next to Taco Bell. I almost went and got a bean and cheese burrito with
Yeah,
extra cheese.
I can't go buy
and
a Taco
onions.
Bell at all now without thinking about Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just going to float around and continue to do things that we love. We hope you guys will like it too and come along with us.
Yeah, and we'll be doing like a lot of boondocking, but we're also looking for just cheap camping. If some place is like $5 or $10 a night and we like it, we're going to do that too and show it off, showcase it.
Yeah. So boondocking has changed a lot since when we started. We are noticing a lot of areas are no longer free, are they're designated areas only. So
yeah, we're finding it all over, especially right here where we're at. We're not too far from the Apache Trail. Used to have boondocking both sides of the road all the way down. Most of that has been closed off, and it's not like that just there. It seems like that's happening all over.
Yeah.
One year it's open, the next year it's all closed.
So Rose sent me a message saying that there are lots of whales in Scotland.
Yes, but can you float out to them in a boat? And yeah, I'm sure you can actually.
Yeah, so
Stir crazy, thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Birthday.
If you missed
birthday
it, today
girl.
is my 50th birthday. And I was complaining a few months back about getting old and the gray hairs I was getting. And my friend reminded me, because she's a nurse, very nicely, that not a lot of people get the privilege of growing old and are denied. So I'm very happily embracing
getting older.
Embracing getting older.
And just think, when we're 65, we're going to be wishing we were 50.
Right? See, we could do so many different versions of hosted trips.
Yeah.
We could do boondocking. We could do your... Oh, buddy, did you hit your cone?
He hit his cone. He's trying to look out the window.
We could do wild edible tours. We could do rock hounding. We could do boondocking. So Dave's opening the window for Rundle so he could look outside. Thank you, spell madam. Mushroom hunting. Dave has really enjoyed his mushroom hunting.
I love mushroom hunting. It's seasonal depending on where you're at. But I'd be happy with do wild edible, just hikes and point out the wild edibles we see along the way.
Oh, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Rudolph's happy. He's got his head towards the window.
When we were in Quartzsite, we did a Patreon meetup for Quartzsite. Again, we were there for a very short period of time, so we didn't have time to do a subscriber one. But Mike was showing me how to fly his kites.
Yeah.
There may be a new kite in the fan.
What? Mike, you didn't give Carrie that kite, did you?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it weighs...
It probably only weighs a pound.
Probably not even a pound. Bonnie, I was turned 70 and a year away, and only 1 year away from full-time RV life.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. Just like any other life, there are good days, there are bad days, but
it's more good days than bad days, but
yeah, it's
tough when the vehicle's having lots of maintenance problems all the time, but
yeah, or your puppy has to have surgery.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Or you have a back spasm.
Or your back goes out. Yeah, it's life. It's just normal life. It's just a different way.
Yeah.
Always something.
Yep, always something. At least we're not putting a new roof on the house.
Yeah.
We just put a new transmission in
Yeah.
under the house. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we've gone 2 hours because Carrie started the live stream an hour early.
We can just see if anybody has any final questions, because we didn't do a super good job of answering questions. I'm sorry to say, but
Spell Madam says, which Chinook are you coveting? We don't know. We just know we like the look of the Chinooks.
Yeah, I don't even know what year I was looking at. It seems like they were older ones though, but people had their Chinooks lifted with bigger tires on it, and they looked like they were very capable.
Sonia says, Michigan can't wait for hosted trips. That would be fun.
Yeah, we're just gonna try it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start out with like 1 or 2 hosted trips a year, and see how that goes.
Well, maybe start out with cheap trips until we get it figured out, so we don't have to charge too much for it.
Yeah. Oh, Rundle had a mass on his upper eyelid, and he had to have it surgically removed. So he had that done yesterday by a pet ophthalmologist. So he's on pain medication and antibiotics for a week, and he's doing great, but he
hates the cone, and the cone's hard in a van because there's not much room, so he's hitting his cone all the time.
Yeah.
But we have to make sure he doesn't pull out those stitches, because then we're right back at the veterinarian again.
Yeah, we don't want to do that again. Yeah, so he's doing really well. He's eating and drinking and walking out around fine, but he's having a rough day. Yeah. It was a rough night. He does not like the cone. He's good about wearing it, but he hits it on everything. And he gets stuck. Like he'll go to turn and he'll be stuck because he hits the cone.
Yeah. I mean, we can take the cone off. We're sitting right next to him just to but you have to watch him full time.
Yeah, I was so preoccupied with Rundle yesterday and leading up to it. I just didn't get the video edited, and we haven't really done, what we're up to this year. So I thought, let's just do a live. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the 50s.
Hi, Mary. Yeah, welcome.
We always meet Mary in the desert. I don't think you're in the desert yet this year, are you? Have you considered building out vans for other people? I don't know. I think we would be maybe interested in helping someone build their van.
Yeah, but not doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
There seems to be like a downtick in van life right now, to where it's not really in demand either as much as it was.
Oh, Meg says Freckles is now blind and deaf. Oh, poor Freckles. Freckles is a cute little doggy that Rundle met a few years ago in the desert. Thank you so much.
Funsy Bansy, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I missed your email late. We had already left courtside. I was going to invite you over to where we were in courtside, but we just didn't get it together in time.
South Dorothy.
Met you and Homer last year. I do the web page mapping.
Yeah, I remember you.
We do have a hole in the Midwest, yes. Especially Missouri. We've driven through Missouri. And we did one cave. We did the Cave Rock Winery, I think, in Missouri.
Yeah. Yeah, if we pulled out our map right now, it does kind of have a hole. We've been to all the states, but we haven't really hit the center very good. I'm kind of a mountain person, I have to admit. I love mountains.
Yeah, but we found amazing things in every state we've been to.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Florida. Is there any mountains in Florida?
Well, is there any waterfalls in Florida?
There's manatees, though. Oh, Mike said the kite that he gave me was half the weight of the lantern I gave him.
It was a deal.
Oh, somebody asked earlier, am I still doing the nature videos where I just put where we're not talking or anything, we're just showing nature? Yes, I am. I've just been very busy. Alaska was a dream come true. We were moving fast. There were things we wanted to see.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things when we have time, they'll be coming out. I'm thinking, I don't want to put Gary on the spot, but definitely start seeing some more regularity with those videos. You think when we're at Robert's house in the summer?
Yeah, that would be a great time for me to work on that, is in the summertime when it'll be too hot to it'll be too hot to really be doing anything outside. Plus,
we're going to be watching my brother's house for a month during the summer. So, but anytime we have extra time, we'll post those. We'll
Carrie, Steer Crazy, I love you.
What'd she say?
She's like, give the girl a break. Yeah, Dave's like, just whip out a bunch of videos and then you can have time off. And I'm like,
Carrie's going to be putting out 5 a week.
If it's only that easy, yeah, I would have a bunch of videos. Thank you, Esther. Esther, I think I might owe you a calendar, correct? Because when you asked, the Canada strike was going on. I have one saved. I think it was Esther. Rose said it would be so cool if an overlanding vehicle company would sponsor you.
That would be awesome. Those offers we have not had.
Well, we got to do legwork on those types of things.
Yeah.
Like, we got to start putting ourselves out there if we want to do stuff like that. But with all that kind of stuff, there comes, pros and cons. But yeah, that would be very cool to drive one of their rigs. Yeah. Love the nature videos. Thank you so much. We have so much footage that we could share with you. Like I said, I have a box with probably 6 hard drives that are just every video we ever filmed, all the footage of every video.
Yeah, because lots of times we have all kinds of drone footage that we just don't show in the video.
Yeah.
Because it would take too long.
Thank you, Sarah Crazy. My birthday's starting out pretty good. Yes, very nice. Thank you so much. I get to spend my birthday with all of you. It's a birthday party.
Yeah, it is kind of like a birthday party. Must have had 30 people say happy birthday. That's pretty awesome.
more than that. So after this, you're driving me to Dutch Brothers so I can get a coffee?
Yes, I am. What did Mary say about Schoolie Palooza?
Oh, you're at Schoolie Palooza?
Oh, I wish we could have seen you.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, we traveled through Quartzsite area rather quickly because Rundle had an appointment in
Phoenix.
Thank you, Sonia. Hope you're having the best time on the East Coast. We'll see you soon. Missed you in the desert this year.
Yeah. I guess we should wrap this up, you think?
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
In a couple hours?
Okay, one last thing before we leave. I want you all to type in one thing you want to do this year. My thing is I want to see a hot air balloon festival.
Okay.
I think we might be making that happen.
Yeah, if everybody types in what they want to do, the one thing they want to do.
One thing you want to do this year.
That will give us lots of ideas.
Yeah. So we'll let some ideas come up. Cross of 10 states.
Yeah.
Go to Yellowknife.
Oh, yeah.
Albuquerque. Yes, every time we want to do the Albuquerque Festival, we're working. Missouri is beautiful. I live in Northeast Oklahoma.
Rock hounding. Yeah, we're going to be doing that.
Eureka Springs. Rock hounding, Yellowstone. We have not been to Yosemite yet.
Yeah.
Vancouver Island.
For how much time we...
Ooh, where's the butterfly migration?
Oh.
Fly kites on the Oregon coast. That's any... Yeah.
Not just had a butterfly migration. There's
Get
probably
rich.
several of them.
Drive to high elevation, 11,000 feet or higher.
You have to get up to 11,000
Go
feet.
to Independence Pass in Colorado.
In the summertime, just to escape the heat.
The Lost Coast.
Love the Lost Coast.
Kite Festival in Long Beach, Washington. What is that?
Hammock time. I'm ready for some hammock time. Ghost town tours. That's something that we can definitely do in Nevada.
Yeah. Milky Way photography in Monument Valley. New Mexico.
Take our van to Portland, Oregon to visit our son.
So
Awesome.
Dan, I believe you're in Florida, so that would be quite the trip. That would be awesome. Yeah, the downside about national parks is you're very limited on where your dog can go. Sonia, more breweries.
Mount Hood for butterfly migration.
Oh,
That's cool. We like the Mount Hood area.
oh, that's in our neck of the woods. Steak dinner in Montana. We know there's a little place right next to a creek.
Mike and Christy. That sounds awesome.
Synchronized fireflies and smokies.
For
Oh, dang, you had to reserve early, huh?
what?
The synchronized fireflies in the Smokies.
Oh, yeah.
Lassen has a butterfly migration?
Lassen Volcanic National Park. We got a video coming out for that place soon.
For Lassen?
Yeah.
Well, not in the park.
Not in the park. Just outside of the park.
Mount Hood for blueberries and Bing cherries.
Mm-hmm. That is cherry country. We picked cherries there one time
We did. Yeah, that was a...
near Mount Hood.
Yes, Esther, I do owe you a calendar.
Is that what she says?
Yeah, because she's out of country, I don't think I would let her order.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're just gonna float around and do fun things that we like and enjoy life, and just kind of have a down, low, chill.
Yeah, I really want to find spend extra time to find the really cool places and then stay longer there. So that's what I hope we can do.
Yeah,
Longer than usual.
definitely some cool stuff in Wisconsin. When we went through Wisconsin and Michigan in that area, it was our first year, and we moved fast. So we need to go back.
Yeah, we've been through Wisconsin 2, maybe 3 times, but
Thank you for
not enough.
Thank you for stopping by, Robert, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm sorry, I don't have any more calendars. The ones that I only have like a handful saved for some problem orders that went through. We had some shipping issues. So,
Next year, be better.
hi, Misty. Misty, you finally got your calendar, I see. We're in an empty parking lot. I was looking to see if we were going to get kicked out because we kind of stand out.
All right. Are we calling it?
Okay. We're calling it, guys. Thank you for stopping in.
Yep. Thanks for saying hi. It was great talking to you.
Yep. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for coming along on the journeys with us.
Yeah, we hope to see you on the road.
Thank you for 40,000 subscribers. Thank you for YouTube. Thank you for happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes for Carrie.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Goodbye.